Der Klassiker, Germany's El Clasico, Bayern München against Borussia Dortmund, red against yellow, a clash of giants. It's a game that always excites, that's full of history, and one that the whole world tunes into. Here are the top 10 moments from the many, many meetings between Bayern and Dortmund. We start in August 1986 with probably the most memorable goal that never was. Dortmund's Frank Mill already had the beating of Bayern goalkeeper Jean-Marie Pfaff, but then somehow hit the post when the goal was gaping. Mill's Moments of Madness is probably the most famous woodwork hit in Bundesliga history. Franz Beckenbauer, Gerd Müller, Uli Hoeneß, all Bundesliga legends who were part of the most goal-laden game ever between Bayern and Dortmund, and it happened in November 1971. The Munich side won the match 11-1, with record goalscorer Müller netting 4 times. Even the floodlights going out couldn't stop the Bayern rampage, as Dortmund prayed and prayed for the full-time whistle. The moment that wrapped up the title for Dortmund in 2011-12, the hero for Borussia, Robert Lewandowski.
Gross-Kreuz! It's in the back of the net! It's 1-0 for Borussia Dortmund! The home fans go absolutely wild!
The Poland international with a deft little finish, actually his only goal against future employers Bayern. The 1-0 win saw Dortmund extend their lead at the top of the table to a virtually unassailable 6 points. Back in September 2009, coaching mastermind Louis van Gaal sent a certain Thomas Müller on at half-time in a meeting with Dortmund, and the 20-year-old's introduction more than paid off. He scored his first ever Bundesliga goal in a 5-1 away win before adding another just 10 minutes later.
What a strike with 3 minutes to go from Thomas Müller, who gets his brace.
A future star was born. The homegrown Bavarian talent soon became a permanent feature in Bayern's star ensemble. Mario Götze's return to Dortmund's Signal Iduna Park in November 2014 began in the shadows of the tunnel and ended in the spotlight. Götze had to hide away for his warm-up, then came his substitution, and of course the boos. The fans didn't forgive him for joining Bayern, but that didn't faze Götze one bit.
Oh, it's in! The poke from Götze, he doesn't celebrate. It was as if someone had written a script for this game.
It just had to be him to break the deadlock against his former club, putting his new employers on course for a 3-0 win in the end. Arjen Robben is usually a solid bet from the penalty spot, but on the home straight of the 2012 title race, he lost his bottle.
Oh, he saved it! He saved it! Can you believe it?
Luck was not on Robben's side, and boy was that fact hammered home just 6 minutes later as the Dutchman fires the ball high into the Dortmund night sky. 2 chances wasted, and Bayern's title hopes up in smoke. Striker Jan Koller had to go in net for Dortmund back in November 2002 after goalkeeper Jens Lehmann was shown a red card. Borussia had already made 3 changes, but Koller was more than an adequate solution. The big front man didn't let in any more goals, even making a few decent saves. It was also the first time it had happened in a game between Bayern and Dortmund. We kick off our top 3 with the duel between Andreas Müller and Lothar Matthäus. The pair tangled more than a few times in this game during April 1997, and then came this legendary gesture. Matthäus clearly doesn't appreciate the crybaby antics from Müller. In the end, the sides played out a deserved 1-1 draw, and no, there were no real tears. In February 2011, Dortmund produced a masterclass in Munich to win there for the first time in 19 years. The only downside for Borussia was that Jurgen Klopp's glasses didn't survive his team's celebrations. Goalscorer Nuri Sahin accidentally knocks the specs off his coach's face, and they weren't of much help to anyone after that. They do, however, now have their very own place in the Borussia Museum. And at number 1, it's Oliver Kahn. During a clash with Dortmund in 1999, the goalkeeping titan showed why sometimes even his own teammates were afraid of him. He comes charging out of his goal with his boot raised high towards Borussia's Stefan Schapuisa. Kahn isn't amused by Andy Müller's complaining either, and then a few moments later, Ollie blows a fuse. After a harmless shove from Heiko Herrlich, the Titan turns nasty and tries to bite the striker on the neck. Remarkable scenes in the Bundesliga's Klassiker. Bayern versus Dortmund always cooks up some drama.